No way could I ever believe that Jesus would say to me, "Sure, Cheryl, it's okay, pull that lever." No way. On June 14th, 1991, we were home in bed asleep. I heard a noise in my house and I thought, my daughter's gotten sick. I turned back and looked at the doorway. When I did, very large men entered my room with handguns and shotguns. These guys have been told that we have a safe and that we have money in a safe. We don't have it, but they believe it. My husband had never been allowed to stand up in the entire time they'd been in the room. He was on his knees. Last line said was, "We're going to rape your wife and your daughter. We're going to make you watch." Could I ever describe what it would be like to be a mother on a floor and you can't stop what's happening? My husband stood. As he stood, they hit him in his head with the shotgun. Struggle continued into the closet. Heard a muffled shot. Heard a thud hit the floor. I heard somebody saying, "There's a car in the road. Let's get out of here." They're gone. I go in to find out if he's alive or dead. His eyes are open. I'm sorry. I'm staying right here. I can see him. He breathed 3 breaths and he died in Roxy's arms. That's when my life started in a whole new direction.
When I was the warden, I carried out 4 executions. In general, I mean, carrying out an execution requires a commitment of the entire prison, and you begin planning to kill someone the moment you receive that death warrant.
The sheriff's on my case. We stayed up 27 hours and I had all 5 of these people in jail. I actually had a district attorney ask me what I wanted for each one of these. Death penalty. That's what they wanted to ask for. I told him, I'll stand outside of San Quentin and I will never let you kill him. What good does that do?
At the end of every execution, one of my staff would look at me almost every time and say something like, "Are we safer because of what we did tonight?" And we never answered the question. We just look at each other and know that we weren't. We hadn't done anything to improve public safety for anyone.
I suffered the loss of 2 of my brothers, a cousin, and my nephew was shot in front of his house. The first teaching that I had was from my mother. She said to me, "I forgive the person that killed my son. I need him to rest in peace."
Once I left San Quentin, I started really having nightmares about some of the executions and the processes, and I know it had an impact on me.
25 years later, I write every one of the people in my crime. I've met all but one. I have made friends out of them, and they are not offending in prison. They have become different people.
Understanding what the costs are to the individual counties that are paying for the death penalty and what the state's paying for the death penalty, buckled with the writ of the church, which is that all life is precious. I determined to be a crusader, if you will, in making sure that California does not have a death penalty.
One of the things that I refuse, totally refuse, is somebody else being killed in my brother's names. I don't want anybody else to go through what our family went through.
You know, the year of mercy that the Pope has declared has, I think, been so powerful and just continues to strengthen my resolve that we should not have the death penalty in this state.
It does not do you any good whatsoever to hate. And that's all this boils down to. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those. I'm forgiven as I forgive. That's it. It's that simple. And the moment you sit down across from them and you look at somebody in the eye, it all changes.